and welcome to Zest Zen with me, Shel Marie, the podcast that will take you on a journey from the hustle to the harmony, fueling your passion whilst finding your peace. Today, I am beyond excited to introduce the radiant Ayo Nova, a visionary leader, founder of the Empire Circles, and a guiding light for women stepping truly into their fullest expression of conscious leadership and wealth. Her journey is one of courage, awakening, and transformation, with over a decade of experience guiding Fortune 500 companies, some of the most successful and influential businesses in the world, as well as guiding global change makers and thousands of women worldwide. She's here to remind us that true success is not about striving, but it's about aligning. So may every person listening to this episode remember that they are the creator of their own empire, one built not on fear or striving, but on truth, purpose, and aligning. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Well, thank you so much for having me, and thank you for this beautiful, beautiful intro.
You are so welcome. And just to start with, there's so many, I believe, because I believe in the power of words, and I feel like you do too. You have some really strong words, not only in the names of your businesses and all you're creating, but also in your book titles, which we will speak a little bit more about. So with that in mind, I think it's sometimes good to go back a little bit in order to propel forward. What sparked your passion to create the Empire Circles?
Oh, what a lovely question. Well, for me, it was always go big or go bigger.
Oof.
And I'm the kind of a person who likes challenging herself and striving. You said not striving, but aligning, but I strive to achieve more, of course, in alignment. The Empire Circles is actually, it combines a couple of companies. So it is the umbrella of a couple of businesses. A couple of years ago, I decided that I'm not happy in my corporate job, even though I was living my best life and everybody thought that I'm super happy, super successful, that I achieved it all. And to a certain extent, I did, and I felt really accomplished. But I thought that I'm not doing what I'm meant to be doing. So I thought that there is something else for me. And I remember it very vividly. I actually met a very dear friend of mine, a lady from South Africa. She's an absolutely amazing woman. But at the time that we met, she was in a very difficult life situation. She was in a codependent relationship with someone who was abusive. He was a constant cheater. She was married to this person and she just couldn't leave because she was financially dependent on this person, even though she was working really hard, but she couldn't leave with her kids. And I remember I felt so angry. I felt so frustrated, and that wasn't fair at all. And at that point, I told myself, I have so much experience in all of these industries. I will start using it to actually help women succeed and to help women make more money and to help them have the exit power, because I had the exit power, but she didn't. As a Black South African woman, she didn't have that power. And that's how everything started. And here we are a decade later. And also here we are, and a lady is actually super successful entrepreneur in Dubai. Her companies, I think, hit more than 4 million. And now, the last time we spoke, she was working on another business, a supplement business that she was establishing. And so that was the driving force behind me doing everything that I'm doing today.
Wow. And as we expressed right in the beginning from the intro, consciously, and I would love your take on this, but what I can really hear from that is, yes, we can create and build our own empires, but when you have really someone who really believes in you and is really propelling you towards change, and you have that network and that circle which you have created, it's so much more powerful. And I think it's incredible what you've created. And not only have you shown that you changed your own life, you actually inspired her as well. And I'm sure many, 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 many other. And I think this is incredible. So thank you so much for sharing that.
Thank
And
you.
you're,
It's really important when you are going through a transformation, when you are changing your life, when you are aiming to achieve something bigger for yourself and your family, it's important to have someone who's rooting for you. Because it gets really hard, and
yeah.
you can have best friends, you can have your parents to support you, you can have even your partner, you can have a supportive partner, but sometimes it takes someone else to just look at you in
Yeah.
the eyes and say, you will make it happen and I will actually help you to make this happen. And I think this is the situation with so many successful people, because a lot of us at one point there was someone who said, I unconditionally believe in you. For me personally, that was my mother. And even though she was part of my family, I knew she truly means it. I
Yeah.
knew it wasn't just a mentor saying it because they have to say it because it's their job, or a friend who just says it just to be polite. I knew my mom, she truly believes it and she truly wants it in her heart. So that was really important. And so this is an invitation to everybody listening to find that kind of a person.
Yeah.
And if they don't have it now, to look for this person, whether it is a networking environment where they find like-minded people or they hire the right support. But it is important for you to be in those kind of environments, because if you're not in an environment like that, you actually really risk your success.
Absolutely. And if I'm right in saying this, that's where the Empire Circles came from. Because if you're aligning with that same mindset, that same intention for the goodness in all, not just yourself, it does. It creates those circles of transformation, of empowerment.
Yes, exactly. Well, the name of the company came because I was working on actually a lot of different projects that were forming these circles around, and we were supporting them from everywhere. And actually, if you go to my website, you will see the Metatron. I even have a tattoo for
Oh,
if
wow.
people will be watching that, but it has a lot of circles. And so for me, it's all about creating circles. It's about creating human circles. It's about creating circles of opportunities around you. It's all about, what are you circling yourself with? Is it helping you build? Is it helping you feel better? Is it helping you feel a happier life, including friends, partners,
Yeah.
founders, clients, even the food that you eat, the places you go to, the city that you live in? Is it making you happier or not? And if it's not making you happier, I understand life is not all the time beautiful and it's not just about rose petals and champagne. But most of
Absolutely.
the time when you go to bed, you have to tell yourself, okay, that's actually good. What I'm doing, I'm actually happy with what I have. And if that's not the case, you really need to look around these little circles that you formed. And if you are in a prison, so it might be a prison. If you are in a prison, and whatever kind that prison is, know that you can break free and you can recreate. And it's scary to think about that, but it's scarier not to do that.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for highlighting that, because that was the next thing I really wanted to mention, because I know, like, it's easy when we're in them to kind of say, but like what you're saying, which you beautifully explained with the woman and now her transformational journey, if you can do it, if she can do it, whoever's listening, you can do it as well. We can all do it. But it's almost like and I feel like you would be able to expand on this a little bit more. But we have to remember as well, sometimes when we're in those particular circles, that is a certain mindset, that's a certain way of thinking. So that's why it feels like it's maybe a trap or something. But this is the beautiful thing about podcasts like this, connecting with people like you, is you only have to come across a podcast, you only have to hear this incredible woman share what she's doing. We are so blessed right now. Of course, like human connection in person, physically is important, but we have so many opportunities now, and it doesn't always mean you have to have capital behind you. Sometimes you can just listen to a podcast, you can connect, you can send a message. There are multiple ways, and what I really love that you mentioned is having that time to yourself, whether it's at night, whether it's 5 minutes, just to really reflect. And instead of looking for the things that aren't working, okay, actually in this moment now, how could I make one little change that would just step me towards more of the life that I'm willing and wanting to create? And I think that's really powerful. Thank you.
That's absolutely, I agree with you.
So with that in mind, because I think, when we say the word wealth, everyone straight away assumes money, and I would just love your perspective on that, conscious wealth creation.
Well, it does mean money, and it is money, and it's more. So we should not be ashamed to want money.
No, absolutely.
Money, wealth is about money. In fact, I think money is some of the most important things on planet Earth, and longest we say that's not the case, the longest we will end up in problems, because at this point with the construct that we are living, money is everything. And so you just have to be smart to create more money for yourself, because money determines pretty much everything. It determines the quality of your life, the quality of your health, because if you don't have money, you will stress all the time. I cannot believe anybody who says that money is not important, it's not the most important thing. I just don't believe you, because I'm pretty sure that people who are struggling with money, they're not the healthiest, they're not mentally the most stable people. Not that people who have it are, but also the other extreme is not valid, because you can never be, when I hear women talking about softness, you can never be in your soft feminine if you're struggling financially. Or survival mode, if you're wondering where the next client is coming, if you're wondering how you're going to pay the bills, if you're wondering how you're going to raise your kids, you are in survival, your system is in survival. So wealth is about money to a big extent, but also it is about, when you have that money, what are you doing with this money? How does it make you feel? Have you tied your self-worth to money? Can you also be generous without being extremely rich? Can you also be a little bit more forgiving and a little bit more compassionate towards people when sometimes you haven't pulled the right card either? And can you also, when you have the money, can you also use it not just for yourself and for status, but where can you contribute? Who can you make happier today? And this amount of money, when you have it, are you actually happy with it? Because sometimes you get into this trap of comparing yourself. Well, I've made, let's just say, I've made 7 figures, but I'm not an 8-figure earner. They, well, I am a multi-millionaire, but so-and-so is a billionaire. Do that from a space of it's never enough, then it is a problem. And I often remind myself when I get into that kind of thinking that, oh, I can do more, I can achieve more, I can get more, I can have more people, I can have a business that makes more money. For me, the question is, am I happy with my achievement right now? Am I grateful with this achievement? And am I saying this to torture myself, or am I saying this to tell myself, we've done a great job, but what else is possible? Because that's the right kind of mindset. And so for me, this is conscious wealth. Conscious wealth is about knowing the game that you're playing and why are you playing this game.
Amazing. Thank you so much for addressing that. And I agree, because particularly there is lots of stories and things we tell ourselves around that, and I agree, like, how can you really feel stable, really feel like you're in your flow, really protected when you don't even know when the next paycheck's coming, this, that, and the other. And 100%, thank you so much for addressing that. And I guess, like, in those moments, how would you support someone who is almost on that transition of, so I think that was what I was trying to like hit on a little bit of, when kind of people focus just on the money, it kind of almost is like sometimes a repellent, isn't it, when you're really just wanting the money without kind of almost doing something just for that purpose. Whereas, like what you so beautifully said, is yes, we should 100% strive for it, and we should want more, we deserve more at 100%. But I think sometimes I would just love to know your perspective on the transition in between, when you need to have that trust as well, and see other things as abundant and blessing. So maybe not someone always paying you, but someone might give you a free course or something, like seeing other ways of wealth entering your life. Does that make sense?
Sense, but I also want to say that it is okay to have seasons when you're thinking just about money, because a lot of companies, and as you said in the beginning, I've coached a lot of companies where it is vital that the company makes a lot of money. So I'm not sure if you're also in the coaching world, but in the coaching world, it's a little bit very airy world where people say a lot of delusional things. Business, when you're pitching an investor and you pitch them, let's just say you want to raise 10 million and your company is not profitable and it's not making money, it is vital that you focus on money. And in fact, I often tell a lot of people, you're focusing on the wrong things. You're focusing on how things look pretty and your branding, and which is also important, but you're focusing on small things which are not that important, instead of focusing on how to make more money in your business. So just to clarify that, you can have seasons when it's all about money. Normally in these seasons, you're probably scaling, which is okay. You can have, let's just say you have 24 hours a day. Of these 24 hours, hopefully you sleep 8 hours, and then say you have other things to do, and 12 hours of the day you're working, straight work, and you're focused on money. That's okay, as long as it's a season. As long as you know that you are going to have this sprint, let's just say of 3 months or 6 months, and you're sprinting, because there's a lot of industries where you have to sprint, you have to run, or else you're doomed. You are doomed. And so you really have to be like, sleep, workout, work, sleep, workout, work. Okay. As long as you know that in those sprints you will honor your rest, so you will know that when you're starting to feel like you're going to burn out, it's time to rest. It's time to sleep a little bit more. It's time to, for example, you've worked 12 hours today because you are striving to make more money in the business, and you got to do that, but then you have half an hour where you detach completely. And you're not thinking about the business, and you're not stressing. You're either meditating, or you're going to see your partner, or you're playing with your dog or a cat, or you're in the park, but you do something that gives you this balance. And then if you can have this moment after this sprint to go back into flow, and to go back into, okay, now I'm going to find balance, now I'm going to sleep more, I'm going to rest a little bit more on vacation, this is good. So just to make clear that it is okay for you to sprint, as long as you stop, you sip a little bit of water, you relax a little bit, you gotta get a massage, and then you continue sprinting again. And then wealth, as you said, with somebody giving you whatever wealth, you can find wealth anywhere. So you can be rich with literally anything, and I highly suggest that everybody practice this, and this should be a conscious practice. It is called counting your blessings.
Thank you. Yeah.
When you sit, when you have a meal and you enjoy the meal, when you see a beautiful flower, this is when people ask me, when do we bring the feminine in business? And I tell them, where, for example, you've been working hard and you make sure your desk is nice and you have your little on your desk, and as you're having conversations, you stop for a little while and you enjoy what you have on that desk. Or you sip your coffee and you really love the taste of your coffee and you just feel everything about it. Or at the end of the day, you take off your makeup, you go into the bathroom, you wash your face, and you look yourself into the mirror and you say, "Thank you, I'm healthy.
Yeah.
I made it today." So these are small little things. You are wealthy indeed when you have money and you're financially well off, but you are also wealthy when you are genuinely a grateful person.
Absolutely.
Person who enjoys lives, because after all, lives go by really fast. When my mom used to tell me that, I never believed her until I started feeling like, for example, what happened with 2025? It feels like it's been 3 months and it's gone. And I had to have a lot of moments where literally I will just go out and I will look at the lights when it's just after sunset, and I will slow down and I will be like, okay, I'm here in this body having this experience. This is interesting. So for me, this is also you being a wealthy person when you are genuinely grateful about what you're going through. I'm also not the kind of a person who's like, when something nasty is happening and I'm grateful for it, I swear a lot when nasty things happen. But then I know deep in me, I know that it will turn out for the best. I know that I will make it work. I know it's going to be okay. I know I'm going to be okay. So that's also wealth.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for highlighting all that. And that's why, I want to connect with leaders like you. Like, you haven't, been surrounded by 500 plus companies and everything else you're building for no reason. And that's why it's important to have these conversations to really connect to that energy and to really hear, like, sometimes it isn't all rainbows and trusting in this. There's a process sometimes, and I really 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 appreciate you mentioning that. I would also love to know, from your bold title, where did the inspiration come from for your book?
I started writing this book 4 years ago. So it's been 4 years of research, 4 years of surveying women, 4 years of working really, really close with women. And it is my life mission, as I already said, to make sure that women will be financially well off.
Yeah.
And in the way the world is working today, this is truly guaranteed through entrepreneurship. Unfortunately, the corporate world is still lacking in terms of that. So let me give you a small example. This morning, I woke up and I was really not feeling okay. So right now, I think we have a pretty big time difference. I'm not sure. I'm in Dubai, so it is 6:30.
Yeah.
I woke up 12 hours ago and I felt so sick, and it was because my period came. And I could not function. I just got up, I made myself some tea, I took a painkiller, I went back to bed, and I slept until 10:30. If I'm in the corporate world, if I call my boss and tell them my period is killing me, and I remember, I will not mention the company because it's a huge company that I worked for, but I don't want to mention them now just because it's in the past. But I remember one morning, exactly like this, I was so sick. I walked into the office. Literally, I look like, those Christmas sugar candies, like completely bended, and I couldn't walk, and I was just in so much pain. And my boss looked at me and he was like, "Are you okay?" And I said, "My period came this morning." And he said literally, "Oh, okay. I thought it's something serious."
Yeah.
By the way, that was one of the points where I knew I will never ever go back to the corporate world, even though I did enjoy my work and what I was doing. And this morning, I had the ability to take this time off and start work from 10:30. My boss, which is myself, had nothing against it. Everything was fine. And so this is just one tiny example why we need to make business pro-female. There are so many women going through so many experiences which are only because of their female biology that are just a disadvantage to us. Postpartum, perimenopause, periods, PCOS, and so many other things that we face as women. And unfortunately, to this date, the majority of the countries in the world don't have regulations when it comes to that. I think that recently Portugal is the first one to start advocating for women taking a paid leave for their period. I don't know if you know, yesterday there was an article in China, in a Chinese university, a girl wanted to have a day off at school because of her period cramps, forced to take her underwear down to prove that she was on her period.
What?
2025. So this is why we need leadership, institutions, business, everything to start counting that women exist. Women are not men without penises. Okay?
Yeah, 100%.
Tiny men. We are women. We operate in a completely different way. And when I started coaching women compared to men, I could see that. I could see also how when men coach women in business, it is so different. And I always give this as an example. Last year, I attended this massive seminar of one of the biggest productivity coaches in the world, a male coach. So after 1 hour of him sharing how to improve our productivity, I listened to everything he said and how he builds week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. And I thought to myself, I wonder how he would do all of that when he's in his luteal phase, bleeding and cramping, or when he's in his period, when he's bleeding, or when he's recovering from perimenopause, or he's recovering from postpartum, or he's and so I raised my hand. He was like, okay, what questions? I asked him, I said, okay, I love your schedule and everything that you're doing. What are you doing when all of these things happen? And you know what his answer was? No answer. Simply because he didn't know. And I know that I coached personally more than 5,000 women. I have more than 20,000 in my courses. I know what it's like when this happens. And I also know women carry the responsibility for kids way more than men. We carry the responsibility for aging parents way more than men. Responsibility for taking care of the house. So what are we doing and how are we supporting women to make money when this is present? And the only answer is being an entrepreneur and creating business like a woman. And this is why I say the future of business is female, because we have to make sure we're not entering another broken system, which is happening to women. So women exit the corporate world to find a better option, but they find themselves in the same trap. So how do we fix that? Well, first by awareness. We need to know you're a woman, you are going to operate in a different way, and you have to advocate for yourself. And then obviously the other strategies that helps us as women in business. So this is how it came to be. And you know what, to be honest with you, this will be a topic that we have to work in the following 10 years.
Absolutely.
Surface.
Absolutely. Do you know, this topic comes up so much on the podcast, and I'm really happy that you brought it up, because it isn't just, two women now. No. And if anyone's thinking that, even that type of thinking needs to change, because even the humor, the jokes, it's all like, it's all belittling something that is something that we are all, half the population or more are experiencing. And it's not even just then the periods, it's the next part. And even like how traumatic that must have been for that girl. Like, that should never have happened. And again, like, I hope that doesn't get made into some joke, but these are the things we really need to be thinking about. And I thank you so much for bringing them up. It is really important. And it goes to show how it's really important that we have women like you that have walked that road, because then there's the other side of it of knowing that this isn't for you, but that going back to that trapped, even in a relationship, even in a job, of like, but how, what can I do? So knowing that this setup isn't for you, but not always having the business mentality or the mentor, the guidance, or that kind of as you lovely say, circle around you that's going to support you. So I love all that you're doing, and I love the boldness of your book. I love all that you're creating, and yes, like I know you've already made such huge moves already, but you're only just getting started. I know that. And I'm excited, and yeah, and I'm really, really also happy that you raised that point and you did it in such a beautiful way as well, because I think also the way we bring up these important discussions matters, because we don't want to come from a place of like kind of making men also feel like it's their fault, because it isn't, again, about the males. It's just something that's just been formed this way. But to come from it and still, question that, because in questioning the opposite sex, like, yeah, that should give him the awareness that no, how can he answer something he truly doesn't have the awareness or the knowledge about. And so it's not just, again, about all women coming together and creating something. It's the awareness for everybody to really understand. And I know we laugh about these birth control stimulators and things like that and men, but even that, more than the joke, they need to see that, look how the man is operating. He can't even actually get up. So how is he going to work? How is he doing this? And it's not, again, like we're just pretending and putting it up high. This is how women are naturally navigating their lives. So yeah, thank you for raising all of that. It's really, really important.
My pleasure. And not just that. So we're scratching the surface with period cramps and period discomfort. We're also talking about a huge shift that women are going through and men are not going through that shift. And this is perimenopause. It takes a decade. And in that time, this is such a crucial time for women to be really aware of what they're going through, because that's why we have more women with Alzheimer's, we have more women with dementia, we have more problems with their bones, we have way more women with fragile bones because of perimenopause, because they had time in perimenopause, because they didn't pay attention to that because of work. They fall, they break their arm or a leg, and literally statistics show that so many will die within the span of 1 year just because of that. We don't do that as much with men. Not to mention also heart attack. The numbers of women of having a heart attack with a fatal ending is way more than men, again because of perimenopause, and again because of everything that happens stress-wise with women in perimenopause and menopause. So I think that if the roles were reversed and men were going through that, leadership and the workforce will look completely different. In fact, paid leave during the period is going to be a must. It's going to be a full week, fully paid. Also, I believe that the maternity leave, it's going to be a full year, fully sponsored by the government, because now, for example, in states, that's not the case. And then we have people asking, but what about, who's going to pay for that? What about our taxes? You pay for war. You might as well pay for life. So there is so much more behind that. It's not even about a slight discomfort. It's about your brain. It's about how your brain works. It's about how you show up every single day, how different life is for you, how you try to fit into a system that is not created for you. So it's almost like asking a fish to fly. That's how it's not only unfair, it is dumb and stupid, because realistically, if we actually align business and the workforce to also work for women and supporting women in their family choices and their biology, we would actually make way more money like that than the other way around, because we're what happened with the Great Recession was that so many women left the corporate world. What does that mean? It means less money. And so we want to keep women in the corporate world. We want to keep women in the workspace. We want to continue working because we will have more money. So if people were a little bit smarter, they would also understand that. And we see it. We see when we have women at leadership positions, when we have women at the C-suite, if we have women who are CEOs, who are owners and founders, we see that statistics prove that these companies, these industries, these spaces are operating way better, and they're actually making way more money with female in them. Now, the thing is, the problem here is, how do we keep women? Because we are facing the other issue is that we get women in, but women are not treated fair. Still, there's sexism, there's misogyny, and on top of all, they're not treated well when it comes to birth. What are we doing? It's so funny if you see, because I work with startups. I also have a startup. I have friends who have startups. When people go to VCs, men are never asked, are you planning to have a child? But question towards women.
Yeah.
And we know why. So we know that mothers are the ones taking care of the child. We know that she's going to go through pregnancy. We know she's going to go through everything. We know that. You haven't discovered anything new with that. How are we going to support this mother?
Yeah, absolutely.
And there is a way. It's not like we're going out of our way. It's not difficult. It's actually really, really easy. It's just that people have to want to do that. And by people, very openly, we have to say men have to want that as well, because the most of resistance is not coming from women.
Yeah.
It's coming from men. And so when we were saying before that, when you said, we don't want to say it's their fault, but it is also partially their fault, because we need more and more women. And statistics, unfortunately, don't show that. We need more and more men, who are inviting women to the table, who are
absolutely
women to the table, who are seeing how she can profit your company. And now actually we're having CEOs and founders who see that and hire a lot of women in their companies, and we can see their companies are growing way faster and way better.
Wow. I could listen to you all day. I'm so happy we've connected. I'm so happy that everyone gets to hear your incredible voice. And not only that, but it's that typical, we can say, we can write, but are we actually taking the action? And you 100% are, my darling. And I love it. And I know that you invited me previously, but when I come to Dubai, I will be 100% there rooting for you, attending your incredible networking events. There's so much that this incredible woman is offering. I will share all her details, but obviously if there's anything you would like to just share right now, you're more than welcome to. But wow. I am definitely going to want you on my panel discussion, because you are a force to be reckoned with, my honey, and I am absolutely loving this conversation. We need more of these powerful conversations. One last thing that I always like to ask before my guests go, so I want to be conscious of your time, and I know it's getting late there in Dubai.
I have the whole night with calls, so the night is young here in Dubai at 7 o'clock. I need to meet everyone who's in the States on the other side of the world, so don't worry about that.
Wow, amazing. Yeah, the city that never sleeps, hey? So just before you go, if there's one thing, it doesn't have to be related to what we were talking about, but one thing that you feel like someone listening would really benefit from hearing, what would you tell them?
I will tell them to think bigger, and when they think bigger, to also go after things that will make them really happy. Because at the end of the day, it is about money, it is about success, it is about impact, it is about helping other people, but you also want to do things that genuinely makes you happy. So when you are at your deathbed, you don't think of, oh, I wasted my life doing what, chasing what, I haven't even been to Japan, or I haven't seen the Eiffel Tower or stuff like that. Make things that make you happy, and also think bigger. There's always something bigger out there for you that you can experience, and it doesn't have to be a business. It doesn't have to be you becoming a multi gajillionaire. It could be even you setting and going for that solo trip. It could be moving to that other country. It could be exiting a relationship, or it could be you claiming that you want a child and you are ready to go and start a family. So whatever that big scary thing is for you, but you really want to just go and do it. And I invite you to also get my book, The Future of Business is Female, because I'm pretty sure that there is even more beautiful messages that will resonate with your audience. I'm super grateful that I was able to share this space with you and with everybody listening. So grateful, and I hope that everybody is going to have an amazing end of this year, and I hope that 2026 is going to be even better than 2025 for everybody listening.
Absolutely. Wow. There you go. You just concluded it so beautifully. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate you. And I 100%, if this is just the snippet of like what's in your book, wow, get her book. Incredible. Thank you so much. And it's been such a pleasure.